Hello Year 2s, it's Mrs. Korea and I hope you're all staying safe and healthy at home. Today we're going to do something very fun which is very important as a part of your writing exercise. To make our writing interesting, we use something called as similes, and not smileys, rather similes. Now they are just like adjectives, but they actually go ahead of adjectives to describe different things. So let's see what are similes. Now what I need you to do, as soon as these sentences come up, I want you to take a pen and a paper. Pause the video whenever you want to, if I'm going too fast. And I want you to draw the first thing that comes to your mind as soon as you read these sentences. Are you ready? Okay, the first sentence. As cold as ice. Quickly draw a picture. What's the first thing that comes to your head? As cold as ice. Pause the video if you need more time. Next sentence. As light as a feather. As light as the feather. As brave as a lion. As brave as a lion. As busy as a bee. As busy as a bee. As cool as a cucumber. So I hope you've drawn your pictures and you might have got some ideas as to what is the first thing that comes to your mind when you draw these words. So probably cold as an ice. You might have a picture something like that or something different. That's fine. I just want you to draw your own pictures that comes to your head. So let's see what are similes. So similes are used to make our writing more and more interesting. So when we say something is like something else, we are using a simile. So as we said, as cold as an ice, as cool as cucumber, we're saying something is like a cucumber, something is light as a feather, something is brave as a lion. So those are basically similes. Similes compares two things, and we use important two words when we're using similes, as or like. For example, the teacher is as wise as an owl. So the teacher here in this sentence is a person, but when you compare it, you use the word as wise as an owl. So you are comparing an important feature of the teacher, that the teacher is very wise, to an animal, which is an owl. Simile describes things. So if you see as big as a house, big is an adjective, okay, but you describe it to a thing, that is a house. We use the words as big as a house. As is the reason why we are using a simile. Sometimes we describe a doing word. He swims like a fish. That means he's probably swimming too slow like a fish or too fast. So swimming is a verb. But how is he swimming? It's describing, it's using an adjective, but in the form of a simile to show how is he swimming. He's swimming like a fish. So if you see these two examples, they have used the word as and they have used the word like. Those are important features and they need to be in your sentence if you are showing me that it's a simile. Now, what I need you to do, these are few of these sentences, okay? And I want you to connect these sentences. So what I need you to do is get a piece of paper and I want you to connect these sentences to the remaining. So you've got one set of sentences and the other set. So I want you to join them and tell me where are the answers. So the first sentence is, her face was. What do you think the answer can be? How would you add a simile? Her face was like a runaway horse, gleamed like pearls, as round as the moon, like charging bulls, sparkle like diamonds. How would you describe her face was? Quickly write down your sentence. Pause the video and you can have a go. Ella's eyes. like a runaway horse, gleamed like pearls, as round as the moon, like charging bulls, sparkled like diamonds. Pause the video, have a go. He bolted out of the room, that means he left the room, like a runaway horse, gleamed like pearls, as round as the moon, like charging bulls, sparkled like diamonds. Pause the video, have a go. Grandmother's false teeth. Like a runaway horse, gleamed like pearls, as round as the full moon, like charging bulls, sparkled like diamonds. Pause the video, have a go. The children ran. Like a runaway horse, gleamed like pearls, as round as the moon, like charging bulls, sparkled like diamonds. Pause the video, have a go. I hope you've written all your answers down. Let's check and see if you've got it right. Her face was as round as the moon. Ella's eyes sparkled like diamonds. He bolted out of the room like a runaway horse. Grandmother's false teeth gleamed like pearls, because teeth are white and pearls are white. That's the reason why we're describing the teeth to the pearls. The children ran. There are many children like charging bulls. I hope you've got your answers. Let's look at a few of the other similes, okay? The simile like this one. The boy was as fierce as a lion. The old man was as slow as a tortoise. So if you see the word as slow, the old man is assumed to be slow, but he is compared to a tortoise. The girl was as quiet as a mouse. That's telling me how the girl was. She was quiet, but how quiet? As, using the word as a simile, a mouse, because they move quietly as well. The thief was as cunning as a fox. That shows that the thief was very, very cheeky. So it has been compared to a cunning fox using the simile words as. The boy was as cheeky as a monkey. So they're telling me how the boy was. We know adjectives are cheeky, but it's moved on. It's moved a step ahead, saying, comparing it to a monkey. Remember, simile words as. I walked to school as slow as a snail. It's talking about the walking, the action. How do you walk to school? As slow. Okay, you walk slowly, but how slowly? As a snail. That's moving ahead. The old cat was still as playful as a kitten. Remember, the cat was old, but he was playful as a kitten. Similes as. The man was strong as an ox. That's telling me how strong the man was, comparing it with the word as to an ox. He looks like an ogre. A rude thing to say, but they're telling me how he looks. And they use the simile like to which person? An ogre. Simile like. She runs like the wind. So if you see, our simile words were like or as. So they're describing her running to the wind. The boy jumped like a kangaroo, because the kangaroo jumps very high. That shows that the boy can actually jump high just like a kangaroo. Similes. Let's see if you can play this game. Okay, are you ready? All I need you is to have your pencil in your hand and a book in your hand, and you need to just quickly write down one word when I ask these questions. We are filling in similes to our sentences. Are you ready? Let's have a go. She was as good as. gold, water, beans, or grass? Choose the right word. Pause the video. Complete the simile. She was as good as. Pause the video. I hope you've got your answer, and the answer is she was as good as gold. Well done for the ones who've got it right. Let's go to the next one. Ready? Jack was as quick as. Pause the video, have a go. A snail, a turtle, lightning, a flash. Jack was as quick as. Pause, have a go. And the answer is Jack was as quick as lightning. Next one. He was as quiet as a lion, monkey, cheetah, or a mouse. Quiet. Who's quiet? Think about it and have a go. Pause the video, have a go. And the answer is mouse. The snow was as cold as. How is cold described as when you think of snow? So let's see. The snow was as cold as ice, sand, dirt, or coffee. Pause the video, write the answer. And the answer is ice. The snow was as cold as ice. He was as tall as a flower, a giant, a cat, a beanstalk. How is tall described to whom? A simile. And the answer is a giant. She was as light as. Light as, a simile word. How can you use that? A brick, a feather, an aeroplane, an elephant. Which one's light? Pause the video, have a go. And the answer is a feather. She was as light as a feather. So I hope you had fun using similes, and I would like you to try and make your own sentences using the words as and like to make simile sentences. Till then, take care. Have a great time. Bye-bye.